Previously on the Greening the Desert project. So because this is going to be a gravity-fed irrigation system, it's really not going to have much pressure behind it. All right, the super cool part. You can see the little bit of drip. So I'm not going to use traditional drip emitters that essentially need a pump anyway for them to function correctly. And essentially I'm just going to take some screws and I'm going to drill them into the tubing. So unscrewing this, so loosening the screw, will basically be your dial for how much water you want to come out. All right, so I'm coming back out the next morning, but it looks probably about 5 gallons, maybe a little bit more. You can see we're still dripping. So it's been slowly dripping through the night. We've got this one still dripping. So the gravity drip irrigation will be a big contributor to the rain garden area. So this is all a big combination of strategies, especially for how hot and dry it gets out here. So I'm really needing to implement all the different rainwater harvesting concepts, but also getting a little bit more technical to help stretch the water and keep things green out here. What's going on, everyone? I'm Brandon, and this is the Greening the Desert project. So among all the strategies that are being implemented in this rain garden area, it's kind of one thing to start getting all of the irrigation set up and have a little bit more hands-off watering in the garden area. I actually have a few more systems I want to set up amongst all the different garden beds, and there's going to be kind of a different variety of drip systems that I want to implement for each of these. All right, so before I talk about what I'm doing with this cage here, take a look in the barrel. We've got like 10 gallons, maybe 12. So this is day 5 of the gravity-fed drip irrigation system. And it's really cool to come and see that there is still water dripping out, albeit it's very slow. And that is going to be because obviously there's less weight as the water goes down, so it's going to come out slower and slower. But a mistake that had happened actually that I didn't see until kind of the next morning was this screw actually had gotten bumped, so it actually was squirting the water out like that, basically, and then I just had to come back and put the screw in. So that actually had gone for a whole day, and it kind of had drained a lot of the water, maybe about half of it. So other than that, it's still dripping in each of the spots. We've got water. So as it drains down, it's just going to be slower, which is quite all right because it more so is just going to mean that the barrel needs to be refilled for one. But already the ground is pretty moist and has stayed moist this whole time. So that's kind of the really big advantage, is that this has kept the soil consistently moist throughout the 5 days. And I think even after the water runs out, it'll still have a couple days worth that the plants and stuff will be able to absorb before it gets too dry. But this is just to document the advantage of the gravity system and the fact that that's exactly what I had said the last time, was that with how I have it dialed, it should last almost a week. So 5 days isn't too bad, and it's like, look at this soil, super moist. Can make nice little clumps. So we've got really good moisture, and even if I dig, yeah, I can dig way down in here even. Look how far down I can dig. All the way at the bottom, and this stuff is super moist. So good moisture content that's been stretched out over the last few days. And that's kind of the nice thing, is that because it's a slow drip, we're really going to get a good amount of capillary effect that will not only drain the water where the drip's coming out, but also it's just going to expand out because of that slower drip, and the water is going to have a chance to actually creep and crawl through all the little crevices in the soil itself. But this is the really cool part, even just with the amount of water that's still left in the barrel, and we can still see that there's still drips going on. And so it's still dripping even with like 10 gallons of water left in it. So that's just the big advantage with this system, is it does slow down, but at the same time, it's going to keep dripping that water until it's empty, essentially. So this is just really amazing because I only had to fill this barrel once, and it's basically going to mean I'm just going to have to refill it every 5 days if I so chose. And this will really help in the summertime, just with the intense heat and the really dry periods that are going to be coming up here. Before I forget, I actually want to take the moisture meter and come to the drippers. So just with my little pointer, there's still water dripping out of this, which is really cool. And I want to take the moisture meter. We can see that there's a little bit of moisture right off to the side of the dripper. And obviously if we go really close to the dripper, we got moisture. So I can kind of come out to this side, a little bit farther out, pretty dry. So it's quite a little gap, like my hand width here, that it's still dry. So, I mean, that's not the worst case scenario because I really can just add more screws and add more spots for the water to drip so that there's just a little bit more even consistency throughout the bed. And I can come to this one. Oh, this one's really wet. So right here, we've got a little gap. And if I go outside of it a little bit, so outside over here, about halfway, so it's moist but not ridiculous moist, which is a good sign. So ultimately, it's kind of up to every individual because I could just stick to the drippers that are already in place right now and just plant accordingly in those spots. Otherwise, there's still a good amount of flexibility to add more drippers and really just fine tune all of the dials basically so that there's not extensive dripping, but at the same time so there is a little bit more even distribution throughout the whole garden bed. But it's still cool at the same time that all of this has worked and is still continuing to work for how simple it is. So you can see the teepee that's been made, that's giving a lot of good shade to that vegetation. And even this trellis is giving a little bit of shade to that garden bed too. So I'm really going to start customizing more of the garden area, and there's all these different examples now of implementation that needs to happen. And these are all just strategies for helping stretch the water further. But first things first, I want to finish the project that I started. So I've got my first irrigation set up, and now I've got all this fencing. And what I really want to do is kind of add that aesthetic appeal to the garden as well. You're just going to have to see how I put all this together. There, finally. I know I could have used a smaller tool or some pliers or something like that, but I need to buy that. This is all I have. Alright, so if you haven't taken a guess by now, I'm basically going to be making a Gabion basket surrounding the barrel. Alright, I saved you all the boring clips of me collecting all the rocks. So I've got at least a decent amount. Hopefully it'll get me pretty far. Now this is the fun part actually, because it's going to be like one of those little arcade games. Just going to be dropping all the rocks in here. There we go. Got it all wrapped up now. All right, so I used up just about all my rocks from that pile. Definitely took a lot, but now we've got some good coverage from the UV. I still am gonna make a lid for this, so stay tuned for that. But now we've got just a really nice looking water tank that is disguised as a Gabion basket. So hopefully this will actually just help keep the barrel a little bit cooler throughout the day. But then also at the same time, at nighttime, it's just gonna help regulate the temperature as well, so that there's a little bit more consistent temperature with the water instead of big up and down spikes, basically. Now I know there's some gaps in the barrel, but that's okay because I can just fill in all those little gaps in here with some gravel and little rocks that I can at least stuff inside of there. And now that I know that this whole system works pretty well, I'm gonna get to planting at least the few tomatoes and some of the pepper plants that I've got. And so now that I've got that barrel all prettied up, I actually want to come to the little teepee over here because this design...
We work with the stone and we work with the sand. It's the sweat that we pour on this dry desert land. The scorching sun beats on the rocks that we stack. An example by nature, she keeps us on track. As the wind whips the back, the air dry as a bone. All the effort we give in crafting green desert thrones. It's the goats on rotation, all the Zuni bowl basins. We're planting the trees and a full restoration. The beginning is slow as we build the momentum, but the stacking of functions is what makes this an anthem. Growtreeorganics, the land provides our store to the rocks and the sand on this dry desert floor. Line by line, stone by stone, carving the path to a green desert throne. Stacking the functions to beat back the sun. Growtreeorganics, the work's just begun.